Good morning, students. Already you have been learned something regarding the sociology in the previous chapter of sociology, Introduction to Sociology. You have been learned something regarding the sociology or something regarding the society you have been learned. So today we are going to begin a new concept from sociology itself. That is none other than the culture. So in this lesson we are going to study regarding the meaning and nature of culture, features of culture, relationship between society and culture, So these are the concepts we are going to study. First thing, the meaning of culture. What is culture? What is meaning? So that is the first thing we are going to study. So human being is not only a social being, he is also a cultural being. Human being is not only a social being, he is also a cultural being. Human being is not only a social being, he is also a cultural being. Because culture is being followed only by the human being, not by any other animal. None of the living creature follows the culture. Only culture is being followed by the human being itself. Only by the human being. Culture keeps human different from the other animals. So culture keeps human being different from the other animals. Just now I was saying, culture is being practiced or it has been followed only by the human being. None other than any other living creature. Any other living creature will not follow the culture. Only human being will follow the culture. So it keeps separate or it keeps unique from the other animals. Every human being can be considered as the cultural representative. Every human being can be considered as the cultural representative because he follows it, he is the representative of the culture. Culture and society are the two faces of the same coin. Culture and society, they are the two faces of the same coin. Culture and society, both are the two faces of the same coin. To highlight the culture, society is needed. And in society, what is needed? Culture is needed. So they are being called as culture and society, they are being called as the two faces of same coin. Human being, social, religious, political, economical, spiritual aspect are being decided by the culture. Culture is considered as the main aspect of the social chain. Culture is considered as the main aspect of the social chain. It is considered as the biological system of the social tradition. Biological system of a social tradition. Whatever the tradition is that all comes through culture itself. So it has been followed from one generation to another generation. So culture indicates progress in the lifestyle, music, literature, art, science, technology, any given human society. Any given human society, all these are being practiced through culture itself. So culture makes human society unique and meaningful. Culture makes human society unique and meaningful. Because culture is being practiced only by the human being, not by any other living creature. So culture makes human being unique and meaningful. The word culture is used for this specific sense in sociology and anthropology. The word culture is being used in a specific sense in the sociology and in the anthropology. It has been used in a specific sense, the culture. Culture means transfer of knowledge. Culture means, listen carefully, culture means transfer of knowledge, experience, belief, value, behavior, relationship from the generation to generation. From generation to generation. Hence, culture is called a systematic of life, the knowledge shared among the social group. So culture. So you follow. So in our country, in the whole world itself, many religions are there. And each religion they follow their own culture, tradition, custom, norms, values, etc. How they came to know? So it is being transferred from generation to generation. Yes, Mahabharata was there. Mahabharata. It is happened in so and so generation. 18 days the war went on between the Kauravas and Pandavas. I have not seen, but I have belief in it because my ancestors have been said to me. My ancestors have been said to me. Muhammad Paigambar, he lived in the 670s, in the early days. I have not seen it, but I have heard from the other people in the textbook. I have learned in the textbook. I have heard from the other people, etc. From generations, these are the examples that from generation to generation it has been transferred. So that is nothing but the culture has been transferred from one generation to another generation. One generation to another generation. Culture means the life pattern of a group of people. Culture means the life pattern of a group of people. A group of people. Their culture is totally different. So it contains in the life of contains the life symbol along with the beliefs, values. Usually they are transferred from generation to generation. Usually culture has been transferred from generation to generation. Generation to generation it has been transferred. Culture has been transferred. Whatever we are following, whatever rules, regulation, tradition, custom, beliefs, moral values, etc., whatever we have been following today, in the present, whatever you are following, it has been transferred from the generation to generation. From my parents, it has been transferred to me. From myself, it will more towards my children. For my parents, it has been transferred from their parents. From generation to generation, it has been transferred. Whatever, nothing but the culture has been transferred. So, word culture is derived from the Latin word colere. The word culture is derived from the Latin word colere. Colere means cultivate or cultivate in Latin language. Colere means cultivate in Latin language. So during medieval period, culture was in the form of the agriculture to indicate the improved yielding of the sown seeds. Sowing of seeds to cultivate the new seeds. So in the ancient, in the Latin. But in the 19th century, it came to indicate the human behavioral patterns. Earlier, in the 1st century, 2nd century, 3rd century, so culture, it came from the Latin word colere. Colere means cultivate. So at that time, it was only to indicate the agricultural achievements or new things in the agriculture or carrying on agriculture, the past experience to the present. But in the 19th century, culture, it came to indicate the human behavioral patterns. 19th century, human behavioral patterns. In 19th century. So this is the background of the culture. So next, definition of culture. According to J.B. Taylor, culture is that complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, art, rules and regulations, traditions, and other capabilities earned by the human being as a member of the society. According to E.B. Taylor, he says that culture is that complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, art, rules and regulation, tradition, and any other capabilities earned by the human being or by the human as a member of the society. So I got another sociologist, another sociologist. He says the tool created by human being to design his aims of life is called culture. According to Manosky, he says that the tool created by human being to design his aims of life is called culture. So these are the definitions of culture. Next we move to the types of culture. Culture is divided into material and non-material culture. So types of culture. So culture may be divided. It can be divided into material and non-material culture. So these are two types of culture. Material and non-material culture. Material culture includes all the physical objects that are visible to eyes by human being and the tools used by human being. All come under the material culture. All come under the material culture. Whatever the tools, physical object, anything it may be, the object or the monuments of the god, goddesses, agarbatti, what we use for the pujas, all come under the material culture. All come under the material culture. Non-material culture. What do you mean by the non-material culture? Non-material culture includes thoughts, ideas, beliefs, values. Non-material culture means nothing but the thoughts. Our thoughts, thinking, ideas, beliefs, values, all. So we pray for the God using the agarbattis. While praying, so God save us. So in the future I want the good things to happen. Anything we say. So that is the belief in the God. So God will make us good. God will give us. By praying to God I will get it. That is a belief. That is a belief. So this is the difference between the material and the non-material. This is the difference between the material and the non-material culture. So in order to explain the unique features of culture, Oberth divides culture into material and non-material. Divides culture into material and non-material culture. So both the human-made culture and the human-made culture into both are been made by human itself. So this material and non-material both are been made by the human being itself. According to him, material culture is being created by the human being by converting natural resources into man-made structures like house, building, bridges, roads, others. Material cultures are called civilization. Material cultures. It is being called as civilization. So from the earlier, just go back to the ancient, when the man was just hunter, when he was leading life in the hunting and fish, catching fish was his work. From there to now, from time to time he has been civilized. He has been civilized through culture. So that is called as the material culture. The changes from time to time he has been, the changes are there. Many things change, no need to say itself. Today we are not using money itself, just we are using card. Swipe and you can purchase anything. By sitting at home itself, anything you can order and it will come to your house. No delivery is there. But in the ancient such type of, so we have to go to the market, we have to purchase, we have to take it home, we have to bring it home. But today it has been changed. That is been called as the civilization, or it has been a thinking or the intelligence of the man. Converting himself means he has been converted the nature as per his needs. So that is called as the material culture. Non-material culture comes through. Material culture. So here, non-material culture means human achievements, tradition, belief, rituals, custom, moral values, ideas, art, literature, religion, language, and many other are the example of the non-material. Whatever today we have been changed, today we have been modernized. Today we have been modern. Online shopping is there. For example, online shopping is there. Online shopping we bring. According to our belief, according to our tradition, we will buy the things in the online shop. So that is a non-material culture. All these are non-material. But according to our belief, thinking, values, so we will bring the things, we will order the things in the online shop. Means both are same. Material and non-material. Both are man-made itself. Material and non-material culture. Both are man-made itself. Both are man. So in the material component we can see the object. And we can use those objects in the material component. Whatever, just I will give the example of the agarbatti, idols, etc. Means in the material component we can see the object, we can use those objects. But in non-material culture, it's our imagination, it's our belief, it's our thinking, it's our tradition, custom, each and everything comes in non-material. So when compared to the material culture, non-material culture undergoes slow change. So material culture undergoes fast change, non-material culture undergoes slow change. So these are the types of culture. So next, features of culture. Next, features of culture. Features. And it will be important. It may come to the examination. Features of culture. Culture is abstract. Culture is social. Culture is learned. Culture means coexistence. Culture is continuous. Culture is diverse. Culture is diverse. So these are the concepts. These are the features of culture. These are features of culture. These are the features of culture. These are the features of culture. So here, culture is abstract. First thing, culture is abstract. First thing, culture is abstract. Culture is abstract. It has been taken. Culture has been taken from generation to generation. It has been carried on. So it has been called as culture is abstract. So culture means a lifestyle of the social group. A lifestyle of the social group. The accepted way of life carried from one generation to another generation. The process of shifting remains abstract. The process of shifting remains abstract. Hence, culture is abstract. Culture is abstract. It is from extracted. It is abstracted from one person to another person, one generation to another. Today, whatever the rituals we follow, customs we follow, tradition we follow, it has been taken from our forefathers, our grandfathers, our parents. Then it will be transferred from us. It has been transferred towards our children. So, it has been culture is been called abstract. It has been abstract from there. It has been used here, or it has been practiced here. Then it has been passed towards the next generation. Next generation. So it has been culture has been called whatever we practice in our house, whatever it may be, tradition, custom, food habit, dress style, anything. It has been learned from our ancestors. So we have learned it. We are practicing it. Then our children will learn. They will practice. Then they will transfer to next generation. So it has been called as culture is abstract. Next, culture is social. It is not a culture. It is not kept in one particular room. It is social. For example, for every 2 years in our city, we will practice. There is a fair. That fair is been for whole city, not only for whole city, for Karnataka. So it's social. So culture is not personal. Culture is not personal. It means sharing a community way of life. Sharing a community way of life. Food, dress, rituals, and living with them. Hence culture is social. Hence culture is social. So all we celebrate that particular fact. Kartika ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೌದಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ತಿಕ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಜಾತ್ರೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಮಾರಿ ಹಬ್ಬ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಆ ಊರಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಬ್ಬರು ಮನೆಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಆ ಊರಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಸೊ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಂಡರ್ ಯು ಕೇಮ್ ಟು ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೇಯಿಂಗ್ culture is social. Culture is social. It is not personal. Next, culture is learned. Already culture is abstract. I will say here culture is learned. Culture does not come by birth. Culture does not come by birth. It is not nature. Sorry, it is not nature made either. Culture does not come by birth, or it is not made by nature. This gets from the interaction with the family members, with the society, with the other members of the society. We will learn the culture. Suddenly, when you come to suddenly your leg touches anybody. Your leg touches anybody, any person you do. Suddenly, what do you do? You do like this. It is not it is not that what you have been learned in your houses. That you have been learned from the society. That you have been learned from the society. So here, this means the child receives culture through the process of socialization. It means child receives. It means the child receives the culture through the process of socialization. Culture is learned. Through the process of socialization, child receives the culture. So behaviors are learned. Behaviors are learned through the interaction with the various people. The behavior has been learned through the interaction with the various people. Interaction with the various people at the certain age group, how you have to behave here, how you have to respect one another. So discussion is called the culture. Children learn from teachers, from elders, in the house, and they also learn from the friends. They also learn from the friends. So next, culture means coexistence. Culture means coexistence. So culture means coexistence. So culture provides opportunities to every individual to share his ideas with others. So culture means coexistence. So when you come to the school, you will share your experience. So you will talk with your friends, there is a discussion with your friends, with the teachers, etc. You learn one or the another thing from the each and everybody. When you step outside your house, you will learn each and everything from the others. So it is been called as culture is coexistence. Culture is coexistence. Through culture assures the sharing opportunity. This assures the sharing of tradition, value, knowledge, belief, other aspect necessary for the human existence. Whatever they are necessary for the human existence, all is being learned from the society itself. All is being learned. So there is a saying, life is a continuous. So learning is continuous process. Learning is a continuous process. Daily we learn one or the other from the other. So it is called culture means coexistence. With the learning from one another, learning from the coexistence one another. Next, culture is continuous. It is not a stagnant water. Culture is not a stagnant water. It is like a river. It is like a river. It flows. It flows. So culture is continuous. So culture is continuous. So every culture grows, embracing with the new with a new form, with a new aspect into it, through art, imagination, rules, regulation, get formulated into the complex environment. It sustains itself with the minor changes. Culture is continuous. So there is culture, it is not stagnant. It is not stagnant. So day by day, one or the another thing we will be studying. So we will be studying new concept day by day. Daily we will be studying one or the other new concept, which has been useful for our in the process of socialization. So earlier itself, ninta neeralla. Culture ninta neeralla, hariyuva neeralla. So daily one day lavanna kalitar. So it's a continuous. Culture is a continuous. So we learn each and every unique thing day by day. It may be regarding the tradition, rituals, etc. We learn one or the other thing. So next, culture is diverse. Culture is diverse. So every social group has its own culture, Hence culture is not uniform. Aspect of culture like custom, moral values, art, belief, language differ from one society to another society considerably. The difference is also visible in the rural and urban and in the tribal society. So you are diverse. Culture is diverse. So culture is not same. It may be regarding the language, belief, rituals, tradition, custom, etc. The way of life, the food style, etc. Just imagine how you live in the rural areas, how you live in the urban areas. The food style, the talking way of the people in the rural areas. In the rural areas, each and every house, they will be knowing each other. But in the urban areas, we will be not knowing regarding the neighbors. In rural areas, when you go, those are coming from rural areas, you come to know. And you go by walk, each and everybody will speak to you. But in the urban areas, they will go by themselves. There is no even whatever the words are exchanged or smile is exchanged. So that is the difference between the culture and regarding the food habit. So in our community itself, so there are many communities are there. Their food habits are changed. From each community, their food habits are changed. Veg are there, non-vegetarians are there, both are there. So it changes from one. So that the climate is being changed. As per the climate, we follow the culture. So go to the northern Karnataka. They will eat rotis. It is their staple food. Come to the southern Karnataka. Ragi is their staple food. Come to the Malnad region. Rice is their staple food. So likewise, it changes. Even the culture also changes from the place to place. So it is said, culture is diverse. It is not same throughout the world or throughout the country or throughout the state. It is not same. It will be changed in the rural and urban areas, town and cities, town and tribal people. It will be changed. So this is regarding the culture is diverse. Culture is diverse. Next, importance of culture. Importance of culture. Culture. Importance of culture. Importance of culture. Next come the importance of culture. Culture is the treasury of knowledge. Culture is the treasury of knowledge. Culture is the treasury of knowledge. Next, culture explains situation. Culture explains situation. Next, culture defines the value. Culture defines the value. Next, culture explains behavioral models. So these are the importance of culture. Even this is important for examination. So question may come for 2 marks. So what are the importance of culture? So culture is a treasury of knowledge. Culture explains situation. Culture defines values. Culture explains the behavior models. So these are the importance of culture. So first, culture is the treasury of knowledge. Culture provides the knowledge needed for the social and physical existence of a human being. Social and physical existence of a human being. So culture is a treasure of knowledge. So how we came to know regarding the Mahabharata, how we came to know regarding Muhammad Paigambar, how we came to know regarding that so and so people in the ancient they were living, the Harappan civilization has been witnessed. So we came to know how we came through the culture itself. Folk songs are there. Folk songs are there. So we will follow certain rituals, tradition, custom, etc., etc. we follow. So recently we have been celebrated Gauri festival, Ganesha festival. So it is a tradition or the custom which has been followed by our ancestors. So we are following it. We are following it. Some traditions and culture, some traditions and customs and cultures or the beliefs that is only related to your house. Only related to your house. The knowledge is been given by your ancestors. Knowledge is been given by the ancestors of your family towards your grandparents. Grandparents exchange towards your parents. Parents have to share with you. So you will share with your children. Next generation, in the future generation. So culture is a treasury of knowledge. Today, whatever is going on in the society, or today, whatever we have been practicing in the society, it may be material and non-material, whatever it may be. That is all due to the culture. That knowledge, cultural knowledge has been given by our ancestors, so we have been practicing. Through the past writings are there, songs are there, evidence, some, for example, regarding the economics, so and so we have to practice how we came by the Kautilya's Arthashastra. Same thing, it has been followed. Some are written, some are non-written. Some are orally they have been said. So this is kind of culture is a treasury of knowledge. So it has been exchanged. Whatever the treasury is there, that treasury is being exchanged from generation to generation. Next, culture explains situation. Culture explains the situations of a particular period of time. The study of the culture reveals the evolution of the human society in relation to the contemporary situation. Best example is the evolution of business, what you have been studied earlier. Evolution of business. So there you have been studied the evolution of the human society from the food gatherer, the hunter towards the international stage. So here culture explains the situation. Through the culture we came to know that people are living so and so in the so and so situation in those periods. In the ancient, in the old stone age, in the new stone age, next of in the medieval period, in the modern period, now at the 21st century. So that is been explained. The caves and the architecture of the temples in and around Ayodhya and Badami, Pattarkal. So they reveals the progress of the human society. Or they reveals the situation from the past to present. So we came with we came to know regarding the past through the culture. Past through the culture itself. Next, culture defines value. Culture defines value. Value is the tool that analyzes the attitude, behavior, and the thoughts of the particular society. The value advocated by our constitution seeks equity, so seeks equality. People are expected to live without discrimination based on caste, creed, or the language. This value orientation creates a thought process. Creates a thought process. The language, the process of building the set of attitudes, hence the culture has the capacity to strength of the human relationship. Culture defines the value. Culture defines the value. Value has been defined through our culture itself. So in the past, how we have been valued? The society. So upper caste, lower caste was there. But through the changes after independence, through new constitution, the changes were made. There should be no discrimination. There should be no discrimination of the people according to caste, creed, language, etc. So that has been defined. That has been defined by the culture. So today we say all are one. Today we say all are one. So that has been said in the human relationship has been explained, defined through culture. Human defined through culture. Next, culture explains behavior models. Culture explains behavior models. So a culture explains behavior. Culture provides aim and means to achieve them to the human society. So culture provides the aim, particular aims are. So that those aims to achieve them towards the human society. It supports those behavioral and the complementary socialistical aims. Similarly, the punish those behavior that are being against the sociological aims. According to the here, culture explains behavior models. So we inspire certain people, we adore certain people, we dream, we take them as the great personalities. Means they are the model. They are the model. For example, Subhash Chandra Bose, Chandrasekhar Azad, Bhagat Singh, Swami Vivekananda. So they are the great models. Culture explains the behavior. In the culture itself, we came to know regarding such great personalities. We adore them, we inspire them. We take them as the role model. We will go towards their behavior. So such behavior model means culture explains the behavior models of the great personalities. And in the culture, if anybody they have been harmed to the society, they have been punished by the society itself. They have been kept aside by the society. So here, whatever the teachers, whatever a child or anybody, if they have been done anything wrong, a child it has been done anything wrong, teacher will correct them, or parents will correct them, or in the outside the society, if anybody they have been done wrong, they will be corrected by the certain police department or by the law. They have been corrected. Means here, whenever the undesirable behavior happens in children, is an example of this process. Undesirable changes. When the undesirable changes are there, at that time we have to punish them. Punishment is not a severe punishment for the children, a small punishment to correct themselves. For if it is in the society, law is there, police department is there to punish them. So this is regarding the importance of culture. Next, relationship between culture and society. So relationship between culture and society. So now you say. So you'll come to know there is a relationship between the culture and society. So relationship between culture and society is mutual. So culture is the base of the evolution of the human society. Culture is the part and the parcel of the human society. Culture is the base for the human society. Culture is the part and parcel of the human society. Since from the beginning of the civilization, culture is an individual culture. Culture is an invisible part of the society. Invisible part. So, material welcome to it. It is an invisible part of the society. The human interaction is based on the culture. Without human interaction, no society can be existed. Hence, without culture, there is no society. Without society, there is no culture. Without society, without culture, there is no society. And without society, there is no culture. So remember this thing. The relationship between the culture and society is mutual. Both are mutual. It is mutual understanding is there between the culture and society. To follow the culture, society is needed. If there is a society, then only culture is being followed. So you have to remember that. So the relationship between culture and society is mutual. Next, culture and society are the two faces of same coin. Culture and society are the two faces of same coin. The social world of a human, consists of various societies with the numerous human relationships. With the numerous human relationships, it contains. So culture and society are the two faces of same coin. Culture makes human being different from the other animals. Social controls in the society are based on the cultural aspect. The social control defines the human behavior. Individuals in the society have the membership in the various social institutions. Every institution regulates the behavior of an individual through the culture, through the cultural tools. For example, interaction with the elders are guided by the cultural prevalent in the families and society. Means here, culture and society are the two faces of same coin. Culture and society are two faces of same coin. Just now I have said, culture is followed by the human society. If there is a human society, then only culture is being followed. So culture is two faces of a same coin. The relationship between culture and society, we can't separate them. So this is regarding the culture. So whatever I have been marked, so एक सरी ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಫಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಬ್ಲಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಏನು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಷ್ಟನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ನೀವು ಪೇಜ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಹುಡುಕೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಲೆಸನ್ ನಂತರ ಏನು ಲೆಸನ್ ನಂತರ ಏನು ಎಕ್ಸರ್ಸೈಸ್ ಇದೆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾತ್ರ ಬರೀಬೇಕು, ಅದನ್ನೇ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಪೇಜ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಹುಡುಕೋ ಅವಶ್ಯಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಇರೋದು ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ದು ಹೊಸ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್, ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ ಹಳೆ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್. ಸೊ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಬುಕ್ಕಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇಜ್ ನಂಬರ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ವರ್ಷದ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಬುಕ್ ಮತ್ತು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇ. ವರ್ಕ್ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನೋಟ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಈ ವರ್ಷದ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಬುಕ್ ಮತ್ತು ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಎರಡು ಒಂದೇ. ಸೊ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಇದನ್ನು ಫಾಲೋ ಮಾಡಿ. ಸೊ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.